Hey, a couple things I want to get done today. I want to cut off this corner and redo the H.G.A. I really don't have a plan for how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure it out once I get there. And I want to smooth this down and finish up this top of the crank gen and put a new knob on there. So let's get cutting.
Open, unlock the system, insert the trap, release, close, lock the system, set your entry grid, neutralize your field, and the light is green, the trap is clean.
I'm going to cut in here, through here, right up here and down. And then I'll start working on the STL. So we'll see how that turns out. Something I learned from cutting off the cyclotron is you want to do more of like an in and out. I know you're thinking you want to go around, but that just doesn't work. At least not with this one. Maybe you have a better rotary tool, but for me it's in and out seems to work best. Not sure how I'm going to do this. I want to preserve that strap because I plan to reuse it. So I'm going to make a relief cut so I can get in there a little better. All right, so I got it all cleaned up and I don't know what I'm going to do with this. If I'm going to relocate this or something. I really hope I have this finished in time for my trip to New York City. But, all right, I'm just going to keep moving and on to the next thing. I've been doing some thinking and I'm pretty sure I got this figured out. Like usual, the solution is a lot simpler than I realized. It just took me a minute to come to it. I was overcomplicating things. That's kind of how I live my life. The issue of this little tab being in the way of my H.G.A. Here's my solution. Remember in the first video when I said, hey, I suggest everybody put a wood block behind their V-hook? I'm just going to unscrew this and put it into the wood block. Significantly more simple than I had anticipated. I realized that a wooden block behind the V-hook is specific to me, as in you might not have one. But if you've gotten this far in your build, if you've cut off the H.G.A, I'm sure putting a wood block behind your V-hook won't be hard. This is the smallest screw holding on this strap. All right, cool. This is actually going to be stronger than it was. Get rid of this hot glue. Ow. All right. I'm actually shocked at how simple this was. This is what holds it on your back. Just this little pin and a 1/4-inch screw.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Wow. All right. So I'm not going to reuse that screw. I'm going to leave this pin in, just a little something to give it strength or rigidity. I don't know. Maybe I don't need it, but it's in there. All right, so the strap will be like, I guess 2 inches shorter, but that's fine. It's not like I'm that big. I'm kind of wondering if I can put a wood block over here. Now I can get the rotary saw and go cut off that little piece that was in my way. So my goal for the rest of this video is to develop a piece to go in this corner and replace the H.G.A. and something to mount a new crank gen knob. Lucky for me, I actually love designing things on Tinkercad, but I realized there's one more thing. I took the power sander and I got rid of the nipples. Those sand down pretty quick, in case you were curious. While my new H.G.A corner is printing, I want to get in here and try to clean this up a little bit. You can see a lot of overhang and it's looking pretty rough from the rotary saw, so I'm going to get in here with the rotary sander and try to clean it up like it was never even there. I did my best to keep it as flush as possible, try to create a nice 90-degree angle so that hopefully my print can fit. So let's try it out. In a couple weeks and I'm a lot closer to my deadline than I was hoping to be. Remember last time when I was filming when I said that I'm having all these problems and audio's not recording? Well, all of a sudden my computer died. I don't mean like, oh, it shut down. I mean like, the guy at the computer repair store said there was no hope of saving the computer. However, he was able to transfer the data, so thank you for that. Anyway, that also means I wasn't able to model or 3D print for that time, so I've been sitting around doing absolutely nothing. It's been terrible. I didn't have any work to do, but I'm back, I'm up and running, and I've been working on the H.G.A corner, and I think I've gotten it. It actually took a few tries to get this one right. However, lucky number 10, I finally got it. I was also able to finish up the top of the crank knob. Crank generator. I'll be honest with you, this took me 4 tries to get it right. It was, yeah. I made one of these too, just for fun. The final one is still printing downstairs. So everything in this business is just so black on black, so when I saw green gloves, I figured I had to pick them up. Anyway, so this is the inside of the crank generator. Here's a little piece I made. This slides right into the grooves. Come on. I'm trying to hold a flashlight with my other hand. All right, yeah, so I'm just gonna glue it in like that. I'm just gonna start with some JB Weld plastic bonder. Normally I'd mix it with a stick or something, but this is just a quick one and I can toss my gloves. Now we wait 15 minutes. All right, so 15 minutes later, this guy's in there pretty good. I'm happy with how that turned out. Definitely not finished, but it's good for now. While I was waiting, this bottom guy printed. Fits on there perfect. This will all be in my Thingiverse. I'm not gonna use this one. I didn't like the way it printed, but that is how it looks. And now let's get on to the H.G.A corner. This was one of those things that was a little frustrating, but also really fun to do at the same time. So overall, I'm going to say I enjoyed this, despite all of the turmoil it caused me. So I built mine with a little lip on the back, because it's actually gonna slide up in here. The reason is there's not a lot of space to glue it to. You'll see when I put it together. It also has, oh, you can't see. The ridges are on here to kind of mirror what is on the pack. So let me show you how it looks together. I'm actually a little proud of how well this fits. You can see how the fins go right into the grooves that I've made here. I've got this kind of circle area lined up. This slides right into here. There's a little tiny bit of space, but we are gonna fix that after we glue it in. I'm going to be using the same JB Weld as I did before, but I'm gonna start putting a little bit of glue on here so I can get it onto that lip I made. I'm gonna start by putting glue on the back so that it can catch this lip. If you're curious where to put it, the lip really only touches this area right here between the 2 fins. For this, I'm just gonna start going, covering where it touches. Been about an hour. I had some things to do inside, but this should definitely be cured now. So I did put a clamp on it. I noticed it just wasn't staying put where it was because it hadn't cured yet. So I did put a clamp on it. It's not tight, it's just to keep it where it was. But I'm gonna take the clamp off and let's take a look at what we've got. So it's a little messy right now. That's all the glue. I don't know if you can tell, but when I built this, it's actually at a bit of an angle here to meet the pack. So we're gonna blend it all together with Bondo. Some extra glue up here, no big deal. And come on. Right in here, you could probably see light through there. The reason is I cut it a little too deep. When you put yours on, just remember that you didn't cut yours exactly the way I did. So it's not going to be exactly perfect. Mine's not even exactly perfect, but we're going to fill this all in with Bondo right now. I already showed you how to mix Bondo when I was doing the cyclotron. So I'm going to skip all that, but I am going to show you how I'm putting it on. First, I'm going to fill up the crank knob hole. Oh dear. I need a smaller trowel. Up in here, there's a little bit of space, and the only way I can really think to do it is to just do it. I gave it about an hour to harden. It looks like I didn't really do a great job, which I admit, it's only my second time. But I'm gonna grab the power sander and get to work. I got a good bit done with my little detail sander. That was fun. Here's that little corner that I had to fill in. Got right down in there. The crank knob hole. This little slope. Then this is where I filled it in. This part in here, I have to go back to the file and the sandpaper. So that should be fun. So I am loving the way this is turning out. This is nice and smooth. This is all filled in. Gotta get rid of that. This is all connected. This is smooth. Right here. This up here, this is like butter. I'm loving this. The only thing that's giving me an issue is right here. I just have to take the paper one at a time. It's the only way to do it. I managed to get in there and really smooth that all out by hand. Was able to build this up perfect. I got the fins to kind of smooth into one. So once this thing is painted, you won't even be able to tell this piece is here. Build this in. I am so excited with how this turned out. This was definitely worth it. I'm gonna put all these files in my Thingiverse. I'll put these in its own folder. I'll call it like H.G.A. crank knob or something. So you can do both of these at the same time. I still need to design the actual H.G.A. So I'm gonna get on that, but there's actually still a lot more work I need to do, and clock is ticking.